Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out another best gaming monitor, which is the AOC CU34G2X. We will see how it stacks up against similar, and newer gaming displays in terms of image quality, performance, design, and value for the price. If you want more information and updated pricing on the product mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description down below. If this is the first time you visiting this channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Image quality. The AOC CU34G2X is based on Samsung's curved VA, vertical alignment, panel which boasts a static contrast ratio of 3000:1, a peak brightness of 300 nits, 178 degrees viewing angles, and true 8-bit color depth. As expected from a VA panel, blacks are deep, whites are bright, and the overall relation between the darkest and the brightest tones is vivid, making for an immersive viewing experience, especially in dark rooms. The monitor is factory calibrated at Delta E2, so colors are accurate and gorgeous as well. However, they are not as consistent and vibrant as they are on IPS panel monitors, so we don't recommend this monitor for color critical work. For basic content creation, gaming, and other use though, it will do just fine. Furthermore, the monitor boasts color gamut volume of 119% sRGB, which results in more saturated and lifelike colors. Some users actually don't prefer the saturation as it can make certain colors appear neon-like. For instance, YouTube's red logo looks neon pink instead of plain red, etc. Luckily, an emulated sRGB color mode is provided which limits the gamut to 99% sRGB for more accurate color representation, as the sRGB color space is used for most web content and games. Although not specified, you can also set the color depth to 10-bit, via dithering, for the AOC CU34G2X monitor in your GPU's drivers settings for smoother gradients. Generally, the colors look good considering it's a VA panel display. Naturally, IPS ultrawides will provide you with punchier and more precise colors, but you won't get nearly as high contrast nor deep blacks. The UHD screen resolution of 3440x1440 pixels results in a high pixel density of roughly 110 pixels per inch on the 34-inch viewable screen of the AOC CU34G2X monitor. This means that you get plenty of screen space as well as sharp and vivid details without any scaling necessary. Performance. Moving on, the input lag of the AOC CU34G2X display is just below 6 milliseconds, which makes for imperceptible delay at 144 Hz. As always, the pixel response time speed is the weakest point of VA panels, including this one. The specified 4 milliseconds, GTG, response time speed is notably slower when it comes to transition of dark pixels into brighter shades, and so, you will be able to notice black smearing with fast-moving objects. Unfortunately, AOC's overdrive implementation isn't as good as it is on some of their other monitors. Using the highest strong overdrive mode introduces pixel overshoot, so you will have to use the medium option. The smearing is mainly noticeable in darker scenes and at high frame rates, assuming FreeSync is enabled, but unless you're a hardcore FPS gamer or extremely sensitive to motion blur and ghosting, it will be tolerable. In more graphically oriented games such as RPGs, you won't notice any issues, allowing you to fully enjoy deep blacks, great colors, and crisp details the AOC CU34G2X provides. If the smearing starts to bother you, you can lower the monitor's refresh rate to 120 Hz or use its MBR, motion blur reduction, technology, which via backlight strobing reduces the perceived motion blur. MBR cannot be used at the same time as FreeSync, and it reduces the monitor's maximum brightness while active. Using the MBR option in the OSD, on-screen display, menu, you can manually adjust the frequency of backlight strobing, brightness vs motion clarity trade-off. Note that the monitor uses a flicker-free backlight and features a low blue light filter, which together eliminate eye strain and headaches caused by prolonged use of the display. FreeSync and G-Sync compatibility. The AOC CU34G2X supports AMD FreeSync with a 48 to 144 variable refresh rate, VRR, range. Keep in mind that the range is not 30 to 144 Hz as shown on AOC's EU website. FreeSync allows the monitor to change its refresh rate dynamically, according to GPU's frame rates, which in turn eliminates screen tearing and stuttering with minimal input lag penalty, 1 ms. It works as long as you have a compatible GPU and your FPS rate stays within 48-144 Hz/FPS range. Below 48 FPS, LFC kicks in and maintains a smoother performance by multiplying the frame rate, 47 FPS equals 141 Hz, etc. Now, the AOC CU34G2X is not certified by NVIDIA as G-Sync compatible. Even though there are many non-certified monitors that work flawlessly with NVIDIA cards, many units of the CU34G2X do have some issues. Some units of the monitor will have brightness flickering in certain scenarios when using FreeSync with NVIDIA cards, mainly when your FPS rate fluctuates and in in-game menus and cutscenes. In fact, some users with AMD cards have reported the same issue as well. As this is a relatively new monitor, a future driver update by NVIDIA and AMD will hopefully fix this issue. In the meantime, if you get a unit with this issue, you can use CRU to manually decrease the FreeSync range to 90-144 Hz, which should prevent or at least reduce the brightness flickering. Reducing the monitor's maximum brightness can also help make the flickering less noticeable. Alternatively, you can just use the MBR feature instead or disable FreeSync in video games where the brightness flickering occurs too often. Features. Besides FreeSync and MBR, you get plenty of additional useful gaming features including shadow control, improves visibility in darker games, and game color, quick color saturation adjustments. What's more, you will find customizable crosshair overlays, a frame counter, and pre-calibrated picture modes, FPS, RTS, racing, and 3 fully customizable profiles. The overdrive option has 5 modes in total: off, weak, medium, strong, and boost. As mentioned, we recommend using the medium option. The boost mode is actually the strong mode used with MBR set to 20, max, which will make the picture too dim. For the best MBR performance, we recommend manually setting the MBR option to 10 and using medium overdrive preset with FPS capped at 100 or 120 via VSync or in-game FPS cap. In this case, set the refresh rate to 100 Hz or 120 Hz too, depending on your in-game FPS rate. Other features include picture-in-picture, picture-by-picture, and HDR, high dynamic range, support. Most HDR content will not look any better with HDR enabled because the monitor lacks local dimming and high enough brightness for a noteworthy HDR viewing experience. This is expected from a monitor with these specs and HDR support at this price range, as implementing a good local dimming solution in this monitor would considerably increase its price. The OSD menu is user-friendly, but navigation through it via the 4 small hotkeys beneath the bottom bezel is not as pleasant. We'd prefer a joystick. Luckily, you can download the G-Menu desktop application, which will allow you to make most of the adjustments using your mouse and keyboard. For the best image quality out of the box, we recommend setting the color temperature preset to either normal or sRGB, or user for manual calibration. You should also head over to this website for calibration and fiddle with different settings until you find the best one. Design and connectivity. Considering the monitor's specifications and price, its design quality and connectivity options are quite impressive. The design is stylish yet not too aggressively gamer-inspired, while the stand is sturdy. Moreover, it offers a wide range of ergonomics including up to 130 mm height adjustment, +/30 degrees swivel, -5 degree/23 degree tilt, and 100x 100 mm VESA mount compatibility. The screen of the monitor has a steep 1500R curvature which further improves the viewing experience by adding depth to the picture and increasing your field of view. Connectivity options are abundant and include 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 2 DisplayPort 1.4 inputs, a headphones jack, and 1 upstream plus 4 downstream USB 3.0 ports, 1 with quick charging. Keep in mind that HDMI 2.0 maxes out at 100 Hz at 3440 x 1440. For 144 Hz, you will need to use DisplayPort 1.4. If your GPU has DP 1.2, you will be limited to 120 Hz at 3440 x 1440. FreeSync is supported over all 4 ports, but the VRR range over HDMI is 48 to 100 Hz. Conclusion: the AOC CU34G2X is a great gaming monitor for the money with a lot of potential. It offers an immersive image quality and plenty of features. If you don't mind a bit of ghosting and screen tearing, the monitor's performance will satisfy you as well. Hopefully, a future driver update will address the FreeSync issue, in which case we'll update this review as soon as possible. Thanks for watching the video. If you find this video helpful, please help out the channel by giving this video a like or subscribe the channel and tell us which product caught your eye in the comments below.